then leads us to habit number three.
Yeah, okay, here we go.
Habit number 3, put first things first.
What does that mean?
Okay.
I once again, I'm hearing it. What does it actually mean?
All right, so I know that I'm the programmer of my life.
Yeah.
I know that I've got to begin with the end in mind.
So you're writing a program.
So I'm starting to write a program, but I've got to execute that program on a day-to-day, week-to-week, month-to-month, year-to-year basis. So therefore, this is going to affect what goes in my calendar. This is going to affect what goes into my schedule. I'm going to choose certain roles that my life has. So I might choose up to 7 roles. It could be master facilitator, managing director. It might be father, son. It could be husband.
Yeah.
It could be church member. It could be a coach. So I've got a certain number of roles, no more than 7. And then within each of those roles, you choose goals for that week.
Oh, okay. That you want to achieve, outcomes that you want to achieve.
Outcomes that I want to achieve. But notice this, those roles that I just mentioned, some of them are work, some of them are for outside of work.
Yeah.
If I manage to hit my goals in all of those roles, notice I'm not just hitting my work goals, because if I was hitting my work goals, I'd probably be like this.
Yeah.
Which is an out of balance PPC.
Right,
balance.
go back to the foundational
So I'm thinking already, right? How do I balance my things that I've got to do in a professional capacity with how I do things in a personal capacity? So for instance, date night with my wife. That's part of my goals as a husband. Maybe some one-to-one time with my girls or my son. That's another thing that I could look at to achieve work-life balance.
Yeah.
And we call these things big rocks. Big rocks.
Oh, okay. What's that?
A big rock is a fundamental goal that I want to achieve in my life, but I don't put it in for this week's diary.
Yeah.
I'll put it into next week's diary.
Right.
When I have the most available time. So I think this week about what I want to do next week.
Now you're really being proactive.
Now I'm being proactive.
Yeah.
So next week I might say, on Wednesday, I'm going to be going out with my son and we're going to do this and we're going to do that. On Friday, we're going to watch a Star Wars film as a family.
Yeah.
Right? On Monday, we've got a big planning meeting. I've got to go to London. I've also got to maybe stay overnight and go to another meeting which is in Reading the following day. So I know I might be away, but I can now proactively see what my week begins to look like and make sure that I get a degree of balance between the two.
Right, okay.
So you lock these things in and you plan on a weekly basis, not a daily basis. If you're planning on a daily basis, you're scheduling crisis from one day to another.
Okay, so that's a key principle there. So are you someone who plans day to day, or are you planning week to week, or the super effective people like I know Malcolm Gladwell said that the highly successful people were planning like months in advance.
Right, well, Covey's actually saying that a week is about the right unit of measure. Yeah. So plan in terms of a week, and therefore if something at the beginning of the week takes a hit, you still have some time to recover.
Good.
Or you can push it forward to the next week, or at least you are in a position to have a dialogue, a conversation. So in here, there's much more behind this. We have to look at the time management matrix, but essentially what you're looking to do is to focus on the things which are urgent and important, which we call quadrant ones, and also focus on things which are not urgent but important, which we call quadrant twos. And in quadrant 2, these are where planning, preparation, prevention of things going wrong, values clarification. This is where true recreation takes place. This is where you're really going to get your highest results from Q2.
Got it.
So any discretionary time you get, you go to quadrant 2, but this is where you start to lock it down.
Right.
You are the programmer of your life.
Yeah.
Write the program, execute the program.
Fantastic.
Those 3 things will start to reward you in terms of the private victory.
So people do these things. What I will say, if you do these things, okay, this is what effective, highly effective people that was researched are doing on a day-to-day basis.
And here's the big
Love
thing.
that private victory.
Why do we say the private victory first? Well, if you imagine when you go to an aircraft and you're about to go on a flight, they give you the safety briefing.
Yeah.
And they say, in the event of the cabin pressure dropping, oxygen masks will drop from the ceiling. Put your own oxygen mask on first.
Yeah.
Before the children, before the elderly, before anybody else who's in any of the other seats, put yours on first. Why? Because if you can't demonstrate for yourself what effectiveness looks like, you cannot do it for anybody else, and you certainly can't do it in the public arena. So learn to do this for yourself first.
Wow, I tell you, some powerful stuff, powerful stuff. And listen, there's a lot of content, and we could take this even longer, okay? Oh, and maybe one of the things that we'll need to start talking about is maybe do a workshop or something like that. So watch this space. We may be doing a workshop on this. I think some real valuable lessons. But listen, on a serious note, if you want to be effective, you can't just talk about it. You've got to be about it. Okay? You know, going back to what you said, you've got to take responsibility. Okay, for your life. It's your responsibility. Then write out, you know, what is the goal? What about a vision board? A vision board, a mission statement, and stuff like all in there. Okay, and everyone that I know who's been successful in any arena does these things. Okay, I have a vision board and I have a mission statement I'm looking at all the time. But then put first things first. Be a planner. This is something I need to work on. So I'm just letting you know now. You're challenging me again today, Earl. This is something I need to work on. And if I do all three things, Earl's guaranteeing us our money back. Okay, private victory. That's what we're going to get. So Earl, thank you again. Okay, so what can we expect from the next video?
Right, we've just moved from dependence to independence.
Right.
In our next session, we're going to move from independence to interdependence.
Wow.
Which is the highest level of maturity. We're going to look at habits 4, 5, and 6, which is about thinking win-win, seeking first to understand, then to be understood. Then we're going to synergize. We're going to look for what we call third alternatives. And then finally, in the last in the series, we're going to look at how we keep the whole thing together using sharpen the saw, which is habit 7.
That is awesome. Well, thank you again, Earl. So listen, this is Gem Power, okay, where we bring you the strategy so you can be effective and successful in the things that you're chasing. So join us. Make sure you subscribe to our social media outlets so you do not miss this valuable content. See you soon.